Silence. It's all Blackwood knew now. The once bustling town sat still, frozen in fear, waiting. It had been weeks since Siren Head's last appearance, but no one dared believe it was over. Windows remained shuttered, streets empty, the air thick with dread. Families huddled together, whispering prayers, hoping, fearing. Every gust of wind made hearts race. Every creak of a floorboard sent shivers down spines. Mayor Thompson tried to rally spirits, but his words rang hollow. How could they move on? The monster could return any moment. Children no longer played outside. Laughter was a distant memory. The town held its breath, suspended in a fragile peace. At night, the silence was deafening. Every resident lay awake, ears straining, listening for that dreaded sound. The wail that meant death was coming. Blackwood was a town on edge, waiting for the other shoe to drop, for Siren Head to shatter their uneasy calm once more. Detective Sarah Harper couldn't rest, not while Siren Head was still out there. She pored over evidence, followed every lead. Sleep became a luxury she couldn't afford. The weight of Blackwood's safety rested on her shoulders. Her office walls were covered in photos, newspaper clippings, maps. Red string connected the dots, or tried to. Harper's eyes were bloodshot, her coffee mug never empty. She'd made a promise to the town, to herself. She would end this nightmare.
Witnesses were re-interviewed. Crime scenes combed again. I left no stone unturned. There had to be a pattern, a clue we'd missed. Something to explain Siren Head's origins, its weaknesses, anything to give us an edge.
Late one night, a breakthrough. An old folklore book mentioned a similar creature from centuries ago. Harper's heart raced. Could this be the key? She dove deeper, chasing this new lead with renewed vigor. The answer was out there, and she would find it. For Blackwood, for everyone. The folklore led Harper to a dusty library, hidden in a nearby city. Shelves towered, filled with forgotten tomes. Her fingers trembled as she searched. Hours passed. Then, a gasp. She'd found it. An ancient journal, yellowed pages, faded ink. The journal spoke of a creature, tall, with sirens for a head. It terrorized villages centuries ago. Harper's eyes widened. This was it, the origin of Siren Head. She read on, heart pounding. The creature was no mere monster, it was a curse, a manifestation of fear itself.
But there was hope. The journal mentioned a weapon. The resonance stone, a mystical artifact. It could disrupt Siren Head's powers, weaken it, maybe even destroy it.
Harper's mind raced. This was the breakthrough they needed, a way to fight back. She copied every detail, her hand cramping, but she couldn't stop. This information was too vital. As dawn broke, Harper emerged, exhausted but exhilarated. She had a plan now, a way to save Blackwood, to end Siren Head's reign of terror once and for all. Harper wasted no time. She assembled a team. Trusted officers, local experts. They had to find the resonance stone. The journal gave clues, cryptic riddles. It wouldn't be easy, but they had no choice. Blackwood's fate hung in the balance. The quest led them deep into forgotten caves, through dense forests, each step fraught with danger. They faced traps, natural hazards. The journey tested their resolve, but Harper pushed on, her determination unwavering. They couldn't fail, not now, not when they were so close.
Days turned to weeks. Hope wavered. But Harper refused to give up. She deciphered the final clue. It led us to a hidden chamber, ancient and untouched. Hearts pounding, we entered. And there it was, the resonance stone, glowing softly in the darkness.
Harper approached it reverently. This small object held so much power, so much hope. As her fingers closed around it, she felt its energy, a tingling sensation. They had done it. They had found the key to Blackwood's salvation. Now, they just had to make it back in time. The team raced back to Blackwood, stone in hand, but as they neared the town, dread filled the air. Something was wrong. They could feel it. Then, they heard it. That bone-chilling wail. Siren Head had returned, their worst fears realized.
Chaos greeted us. People running, screaming, buildings crumbling. Siren Head towered over the town, its metallic limbs destroying everything in its path. My heart sank. We were too late. The monster had beaten us back, but we couldn't give up now.
Harper rallied her team. They had the stone. They had a chance. But first, they needed to evacuate the town, save as many as they could. The air filled with sirens. Not from the monster, but from emergency vehicles. A small army of first responders mobilized.
As night fell, Blackwood became a war zone. Siren Head's wails echoed, punctuated by crashes and screams. I clutched the resonance stone, its soft glow a beacon of hope. We had one shot at this, one chance to end the nightmare. The final battle was about to begin.
Harper gathered her allies in the town hall basement, a makeshift command center. She laid out the plan. The resonant stone was their weapon, but using it wouldn't be easy. They needed to get close, dangerously close to Siren Head. Volunteers stepped forward, brave souls ready to risk everything.
I felt a swell of pride. Blackwood's spirit wasn't broken, not yet. We divided into teams, each with a crucial role: distraction, support, and the strike team. I would lead them myself.
Equipment was distributed, whatever weapons they had. Not that they'd do much good, but every little bit helped. Radios crackled with updates. Siren Head's position, its movements. They had to time this perfectly. One mistake could doom them all.
As dawn approached, tension peaked. This was it, our last stand. Harper looked at her team, saw the fear in their eyes, but also the determination. She clutched the resonance stone, felt its power. It was time. Time to face our nightmare. Time to take back our town.
They moved out at first light, hearts pounding, palms sweaty. Siren Head's wails grew louder, closer. Harper led her team through ruined streets. Debris crunched underfoot, every shadow a potential threat, the air thick with dust and fear.
Suddenly it was there, looming above us. Siren Head, its metallic body gleaming in the early sun. I froze. The sight still terrifying, but I steeled myself, gripped the resonance stone tighter. This ends now, I thought.
The distraction team sprang into action. Flares, noisemakers, anything to confuse the beast. Siren Head turned, its attention divided. Harper saw their chance. She signaled her team. They charged forward, dodging debris, hearts in their throats.
Siren Head noticed us. Too late. Harper activated the stone. A high-pitched hum filled the air. The monster recoiled. Its wails became screeches of pain. We pressed on, closer and closer, the stone's power growing. Siren Head stumbled. For the first time, it seemed vulnerable.
The resonant stone's effect was clear. Siren Head thrashed wildly, its movements erratic, pained.
Push forward, everyone. We have to maintain pressure, keep the monster off balance.
Every step was a battle. Debris rained down around them as support teams moved in, setting up amplifiers to enhance the stone's power. The air vibrated with energy. Siren Head's wails became weaker, more desperate. Harper felt a surge of hope. It was working. They were winning. But the monster wasn't done. In its death throes, it lashed out. Buildings crumbled. The ground shook. Harper's team scattered, dodging falling concrete and twisted metal.
No, we can't lose now. Not when we're so close. Regroup, everyone. Press on.
The stone's glow flickered and Harper's heart stopped, but they rallied, pressing on. The stone's power surged again, stronger than ever. Siren Head's movements became sluggish. Its towering form swayed like a giant tree about to fall.
One final push. That's all we need.
Siren Head stumbled backwards, its metallic limbs flailing. The wails from its head became distorted, garbled.
Now's our chance. Charge.
Harper signaled the team and they charged forward, straight at the monster. It was now or never. The resonant stone pulsed with energy. Harper felt it burning in her hand, but she didn't let go. Couldn't let go. They were mere feet from Siren Head now, close enough to see the dents in its metal skin and the cracks forming in its siren heads.
This is it.
With a final burst of strength, Harper thrust the stone upwards towards Siren Head's core. A blinding flash, an ear-splitting shriek. The world seemed to pause. Then, chaos. Siren Head's body began to crumble, piece by piece, its wails fading to silence. Harper and her team ran, dodging falling debris. The ground shook violently, dust filled the air. When it cleared, they turned back. Where Siren Head once stood, only a pile of twisted metal remained.
It's over. We did it.
Silence fell over Blackwood, a different kind of silence. One of disbelief, of hope, of victory. For a moment no one moved. The silence was deafening, then a cheer. Small at first, growing louder, spreading through the town, people emerged from hiding, tears of joy, hugs of relief.
We did it, Siren Head is gone.
The celebration was tempered by the destruction around them. Blackwood lay in ruins, but as Harper looked at the faces of her neighbors, she saw something new: determination, hope. The town had been broken, yes, but not defeated. Never defeated.
Let's get to work, people. We have a town to rebuild.
Emergency services sprang into action, treating the injured, securing unstable buildings. Harper's team began the cleanup. The resonant stone, now dim, was carefully stored away, just in case. But deep down, Harper knew. It was over. Truly over.
Look at us, we made it through.
Harper looked around at the faces lit by candlelight, and she knew. Blackwood would rebuild, stronger than ever. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. Blackwood rose from the ashes, buildings repaired, homes rebuilt. The scars of Siren Head's reign faded, but were not forgotten. A memorial was erected to honor the lost, to remember their ordeal.
The resilience of this town, it's amazing.
Harper watched the town's transformation with pride. Children played in the streets again, laughter returned. Blackwood was healing, not just physically, but emotionally. The nightmare was over, but it had changed them all.
We've come so far, together.
The story of Siren Head and Blackwood's victory spread. Reporters came, book deals offered, movie rights discussed. But the town remained humble. They had faced their darkest hour together and emerged stronger for it. That was all that mattered.
We faced the impossible and we won, together.
As life returned to normal, Harper reflected on all they had endured, all they had overcome. Siren Head was gone, but its legacy remained. In the bonds forged in crisis, in the strength found in unity, Blackwood had faced the impossible and won. Together they had written the final chapter in Siren Head Story and begun a new one of their own.